Hello, my name is Jess.
My name's Elizabeth.
Today we're here with Professor Ed Dutton, author of several books like Woke Eugenics, The Past is a Future Country, and many others. What would you say your area of expertise is?
I suppose it's evolutionary psychology. It's the fact that we are an advanced ape and we are evolved in certain ways and how that influences our behaviour.
Interesting. So what was your speech about?
It was about woke eugenics. So it's this idea that actually wokeness is a selection event. Wokeness takes anybody that is not genetically healthy, and being genetically healthy is associated with being conservative and being religious and being traditional, and it induces them into a death cult where they don't pass on their genes, and therefore the mutant genes that have built up since the Industrial Revolution are purged via wokeness, and we remain genetically healthy across time, both as a subspecies and as a species.
Edward Dutton, what's your thoughts on IQ and autism?
My thoughts on it? Well, there's some studies that indicate that at a very high level of IQ, there is some association between outlier high IQ and autistic traits, because the extreme male brain is about systematizing and solving problems. That's autism. And if you've got outlier high IQ, you're very good at solving problems. And so you can see how if those two things were related, you'd be very good at solving problems, and so it would elevate your IQ. But then some people have cast doubt on that research because they've said that it uses Mensa samples, and the kind of intelligent people that join Mensa are going to be nerds and autists anyway. But there seems to be some relationship, and that people, autism, you are overstimulated, you take in too much information and you can't deal with it. And if you have very high IQ, there's a degree to which you are taking in more information. The more you can take in, the better you'll be able to analyse it and solve a problem with it. So I can see, at least theoretically, how there would be some kind of relationship between outlier high IQ and autism. You also get the opposite effect, which is what you used to call the idiot savant, the autistic savant, which is a person who has extremely narrow IQ, is retarded, but has a very narrow IQ and it's extraordinarily high. So Derek Parvacini is mentally retarded, but he has brilliant, he's pitch perfect, he's very narrow intelligence ability. So you get that effect as well.
Do you think autism will save the West?
I like to think that a combination of based Gen Z, the based white working class, and high IQ autists will band together. Will band together and fight off the orcs of wokeness and high mutational load and all this sort of thing. Yes, but perhaps that's just my fantasy.
Who do you think would win in a fight, Sargon of Akkad or academic agents?
Well, I think that Sargon of Akkad, I imagine he's more muscular, more skillful. I can imagine that he would know all kinds of martial arts and stuff. But the thing is that with academic, I think he'd be dirty. He'd play dirty. If I hear, he goes for the winkle.
Would you rather have a gay son or a thought daughter?
I think a thought daughter almost certainly. I think a trad thought daughter. A trad thought daughter, then I think I could cope with that. But my daughter is, unfortunately, she's not very thought. So she's quite traditional in some ways, but she's not. And my son, I get the impression, is definitely not gay. But in theory, I think perhaps a thought daughter would be, at least you pass on your genes.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions, Liz?
You're corpsing, Liz. You're corpsing on camera. Think of something to say. Think of something to say.
Snog, marry, avoid, Diane Abbott, Angela Rayner.
What?
Snog, marry, avoid. You know the game? Angela Rayner, Liz Truss and Diane Abbott.
But I have to want each one.
Yeah, which one would you snog, which one would you marry and which one would you avoid?
Angela Rayner.
Diane Abbott and Liz Truss.
I would avoid Diane Abbott, obviously, unless I was pulled into her gravitational orbit. So you're... oh, God, that's a difficult one. Because like, obviously, Angela's rough, mate. So you couldn't marry her. I guess I'd have to hold my nose and snog her. But then Liz Truss obviously has BPD or some kind of mental problem. So marrying her would be an issue. So they're all crazy. Surely there should be... A marryable woman has to be non-crazy. So I guess I'd do Liz Truss for marriage then, but then she would obviously have affairs. I mean, we know that, she had an affair. Before when she was training to be an MP under this Mark Field guy, and she had an affair with Mark Field, and she almost ended her political career when that was discovered. So, and obviously Angela Rayner had a child at 16. So these are both, like, you know...
Red flags.
These are both... Well, I was going to say slags, but red flags. And then obviously Diane Abbott had a relationship with Jeremy Corbyn, so bloody hell. So, no, you can't marry one of those women. I mean, just no. It's just... no, you should have given me some cute marryable MP. Like there's that, what's her name? not Lucy Powell. There's that short, petite Labour MP, and I think she's unmarried, spinster. I can't remember her name, but perhaps her. Anyway, there you are.
Well, thank you so much, Ed Dutton. Any other questions, Liz? Or
What's your thoughts on the Irish question?
So what is the Irish question?
Does Ireland have a lower IQ compared to the rest of?
Oh, well, according to old samples, it does, but then Ireland has been going through dysgenics for native Irish. It's been going through dysgenics for less time because it industrialised later, and it's been going through a Flynn effect, which is that the environment induces sort of scientific thinking in you because for various reasons for less time. So therefore there's no negative Flynn effect perhaps yet. So I wouldn't be surprised if native Irish have exceeded native English in IQ. But I don't have the data for that. But the original data is that they have lower IQ. Part of the reason is that a lot of the more intelligent Irish would emigrate to England and to emigrate to America. And look how well the Irish have done in America. I mean, for a period of time they were practically running the place. That's what most I can tell on the Irish question.
My last question is, how can we save the West?
I personally think we should just let the process happen. Woke eugenics, and eventually the West will collapse. It will collapse into a Byzantium, into a neo-Byzantium that will be saved. But if you wanted to fight against the cycle of civilization, which is very difficult to do, then on an individual level, the cause of the collapse of IQ is intelligent women like you two not having babies. I mean, you're, what are you, 20, 21? You're 22, are you? Something like that, right? So what's going on? Like, why aren't you pregnant? So it's get on with it. Get on with it. You're at your most fertile now, and you're almost certainly going to delay having kids till you're about 30. So basically, just get on with it. Get on with it now. There's 10% of people here are women. You've got your pick of the crop. So get some gametes inside you.
I think Jess has autism.
Do I think Jess has autism? I think when I first met her, she gave me the impression, for various reasons, that she had some of the traits. Yes, and I found this endearing.
Which traits?
Well, oh come on, you're incredibly scatty. You're incredibly forgetful. You dress rather eccentrically, and from everything you were telling me about your when you were younger, there were clearly there were indications of obsessionness with certain things. Your bizarre attitude towards food. That's why I got your baby bell this morning, because you don't eat anything. You've never heard of other cheese. You like Lunchables. She liked Lunchables. So I think there are certainly some traits.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I think there might be some traits with Liz as well.
No, there is.